Hey guys, hope you are doing well. And Harry's here, and today I'm really happy to show you some if, elif and else, right? If, elif and else is very important, and basically you're gonna use this forever in your life. And same with the others the Python's concept I'm gonna show you on videos after this, right? So this also gonna be stay with you forever, right? If you really want to have a future on your Python, right? So basically what we're gonna do today on if, elif and else is about we're gonna build one small software, right? Yes, you are correct. We're gonna build a one small software. So basically this software will about taking a user password, right? So this will promote the access until unless the password is correct. If the password is incorrect, the access will be not been granted, right? So now you have to understand two more thing into this concept, which basically I haven't taught you into the previous lectures. So on this, basically we're gonna know about the comment, how to comment your code, right? What is a pseudocode? Well, I don't really want to go through the pseudocode because like pseudocode is basically when we're building the algorithm. When we learn how to build the algorithm, we will use a pseudocode, right? So right now learning pseudocode is pointless, so let's not worry about the pseudocode. Let's worry about the commenting, and let's worry about how to use the indentations in Python. And indentation is very important. Indentation error can cause your all program crash. Like all the program will crash in 1 second if there's an indentation error, right? No matter how good programmer you are, you have 1,000 line of code. If there's a one indentation or 10 indentation is wrong, you will end up hours and hours on debugging that code, right? So let's make it easy. Let's say password, right? And I don't want to use capital letter. I want to be professional, right? Because it's very important, right? So before starting this lecture, let me show you something important. I haven't mentioned you earlier, right? Because like I'm doing this crash course on 30 days how to build your foundations, right? So I will make a YouTube video later on a vast. If you have more time, you can watch those videos, right? And after this 30 days journey, then I will probably make a YouTube videos where you can join me over there, right? So basically on Python you have a snake case and a camel case, right? So if I say password, right, and if I put underscore and it's a password one, right, or I will say one, right? So basically that is our snake case, right? So if I say like password, right, and put a capital over here one, that is our camel case, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just use password, no camel case, no snake case, right? And I will say just my name, right? I will say Harry, and H is capital, right? And I will show you how you can manipulate, and how basically even you type in a small case, right, it will convert that into uppercase, right? So basically password, right? So HARRY is a password, is a case sensitive, like I'm not gonna add like okay, I'm not gonna add something very complicated because I want to make it very simple. I will say user input, right? User input, and user input will be our variable where user will input his password and it will be saved over there. I will say input, then I will open and close parentheses, then I will say enter your password, right? Enter your password. So basically what happened over here is like you use the input function over here, right? So basically you're gonna do a Google, you're gonna research about this, what the input do. Input is a function which basically take the input, right? I will say enter. Now you can see over here it says enter password. So these are the enter password, those replicated those words. And if I say capital HARRY, right, now we'll say okay, the Harry been stored inside our user input. If I print user input into our Jupyter notebook, now it says Harry, right? So there we go, right? And we are doing a block coding, so there's no big issue at the moment, right? So if you're using a pure VS Code.py file, then it will cause a little bit problem. So let's say now we're gonna use a if and else command. So I will say if, right, if, that's our conditions, if user input, right, user input, and last time I told you about the operator, right? This is the equal, that is our basically it's checking our conditions, right? It's equal to or not equal to, right? So then I will say password, right, if user input, basically our user input, right, and I will show you the, oops, sorry, let me make one more duplicate on this in case, sorry, code, yeah, user input, right? So our user input is Harry, right? So which basically password is Harry, right? And I will say if user input equal to, not equal to, because equal to is like comparison, right? We're comparing the both of those variables, right? Then we have to use this column, right? Then we have to see I have entered this, and it's automatically there is a gap over here. Those are our Python indentations, right? So if I say like, if I remove the indentation, I'm gonna make an error, right? So I'm gonna make an error for purpose to show you, right? So login, right? Login successful, right? Now you can see over here indentation error. So indentation error is basically when you didn't put your indentation properly, right? Now you can see over here, here you go, login successful, right? So if I say elif, right, ELIF, right, elif user input, right, user input equal to, right, and this empty, nothing is there, right? Let's say it's empty string, right? Then we'll say print, right? Then it will say print enter is, so not say, let's say like a, don't say enter, right? Let's say like password is blank, right? And try again. Okay, so that's become really easy conditions, right? Now you can see over here is also have the same block. So elf need to be on the same block with the if. Then I will say else. So print this will be incorrect password, right? Incorrect password. Okay, so login successful is still showing, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna gather all of this now just to show you guys, right? I'm gonna keep that like that, right, over here. Oops, sorry, over here, and this password will also go over here on the top. I'm just trying to make into a single block so I can enter the password and it can give me the answer, right? So I'm gonna run this now. We'll say like enter a password. If I say Harry, then it will say login successful. If I say something else like random like or I'm like alphabet, it will say like incorrect password, right? If I keep it empty, now it will say your password is blank and try again. Now you can see the input is empty, right? I'm gonna delete this, right? Delete all those blocks just to remove the confusion. Then I will say like, okay, Harry World, right? So that's my website. And if I say over here, it's a Harry World, which is basically our user input, and it is incorrect password, right? Let me try again. I will say Harry, then login successful, then Harry. There you go, guys. You made your first software using the if and else, and those all the things you have learned during all those previous 14 days lecture, right? You know about the operator, right? And you know about the string, right? Now you know about the how to take an input, right? You know about the variables, right? So if and elf and else is just a new thing. You have to use this column. Those are the mandatory. Those are the rules. And you have to follow the indentation. It's also a rules. And see, basically this conditions operator is using a logic. In this logic, if user input, that is basically our input, we are inputting the password, we are taking the password and it is our input from our keyboard, and if it's matched to our password, then it will compare to the password, right? If will compare to your user input and the password, right? Whatever you have typed, it will compare with the password. Then it will say print successful when the thing is correct, when the password is correct. Elf user input, where basically you didn't enter anything, you just like you didn't enter any word, you just press the enter button, then it will show the blank because of this, right? Then it will say password is blank. And same with the else, right? If elf and else with the last condition is like when something you input and that doesn't match your password, that's become wrong, right? If I say instead of that, if I say Harry World, right, world, and I will put capital S, I will say 1 2 3 4, right? Now I have to enter same thing what I have wrote over there, right? I will say Harry, right, then I will say world, that need to be as capital, and 1 2 3 4, right? Now you can see login successful, and I will say input, they will say Harry World and this and that, right? And I will try again, I will put something else with the number, right? Then the same incorrect password, right? And same one more last time, I will keep it empty, right? And now I will say empty, right? Guys, hopefully you enjoy this. It's 10-minute video, right? I don't really want to make it to 10 minutes, but it was really important to make you understand. So next video will gonna be on a for loop, and it will be complicated, and hopefully you guys will stick with the plan and do your own research, right? Cheers guys, thank you so much, and have a nice day.